So, what is discernment? Well, it is our ability to judge, to assess well what are our options that we can choose from. We can distinct those options, assess, and thanks to that, we can make informed decisions. So why it is important, and how does it connect with mushroom foraging? Well, the first very, in my view, important point is pretty obvious. If you are not great in differentiation in mushroom foraging, you can kill yourself, right? So some of the mushrooms are very similar. One is eatable as many times, most likely, as you want, and one is eatable only once, right? You want to avoid the second group. So, but obviously it is dangerous for health. This is dangerous for your life. If you just, go for mushroom foraging, let's make random decisions. So in general, mushroom foraging is the art of making very good informed decisions based on what you see, right? So this is related to critical thinking. This is related to risk management. And for instance, there is such a rule, mushroom forager rule, that if a mushroom is very small, leave it. If it is very old, leave it. So we don't typically gather very small ones, because it might be more difficult to find the differences between those poisonous ones and eatable good ones, right? So that's one point. Another point is that when it comes to the weather, when it comes to environment, if there's a lot of rain, you have to be careful, because there will be maybe more bugs in the mushrooms. There might be in a bad conditions, even if this is this first type mushroom, so that you can eat it freely. Well, sometimes it's better to just leave them in the forest when they are not in a good shape, when something started to happen. So in general, this is the art that can bring you joy from coming from a great meal, fantastic mushrooms on your plate, and at the same time it may end up with some health problems. How does it connect to companies? How does it connect to our agile leadership? Well, so imagine the leaders, imagine the companies that are just making random decisions. Maybe it will not resemble giving someone a poisonous mushroom, right? Maybe it's not about killing someone, but the consequences can be very huge, right? Every decision that someone makes brings financial consequences. Why? Because we pay people for their time. We pay for licenses, we pay for offices, for the whole infrastructure. So even if you believe, oh, it's so cheap, then hello, try to understand what is the real cost of it. And then assess whether it makes sense to invest efforts in that effort. Maybe there's over there something more valuable coming. So this is one of the, in my view, important aspect, financial one. But there's also another. Companies typically have competitors, right? If you are making random, not well-informed decisions, maybe your competitors make better ones. And here you go, you will be lost. So you have to be aware that it's complex world, it's difficult to survive as a company, and this ability to make informed decisions, to understand what are our options on the plate, on the table, and choosing wisely where do you want to invest your efforts, your team's efforts, is an important aspect of your work. And not actually, last but not least, I can think about one important point too. So I assume, this is what I typically see, that you hire smart people. So now I will leave you with that question. What is happening if you are giving smart people work that they believe is useless? Find your answer for yourself.